Hello and welcome to the Onside Kick. Ricky Widmer here, just giving you my thoughts and reactions following Game 3 of the Chicago Bulls and the Philadelphia 76ers. Philadelphia wins tonight 79-74 and takes a 2-1 series lead over the Chicago Bulls. Now there's four things I want to talk about pertaining to the Chicago Bulls, how I think what these need to be fixed if they want to get back in this series. One, the Joakim Noah injury had a huge effect on this game. I'm sorry for all you 76er fans out there, but that fourth quarter rally would have never happened if Joakim Noah was on the floor playing. Joakim Noah is a guy, he brings a sense of energy. He's the spark plug behind this Chicago Bulls team. And when I say that, look at the Chicago Bulls when Joakim Noah is on the court to when he's not on the court. When he is on the court, the Bulls are a more energized team, and he is the kind of focus point to all that energy. When he is not on the court, that energy is diminished greatly. And with this injury, I just want to go ahead, little rant. I got really angry when I was watching the game. Joakim Noah rolls his ankle, he's on the floor, wincing in pain. And Stacey King, color commentator for CSN Chicago, states that there are 76er fans at the game cheering that Joakim Noah is injured. And I'm not saying all Philadelphia fans are like this, but this kind of action puts a bad name towards your fan base. Do you want your fan base being kind of portrayed as unclassy? And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that just because some people clapped at the game that all 76er fans are unclassy. But what I am saying is this action makes you seem unclassy. The action of cheering for a player that gets injured is one of the most unclassiest and unsportsmanlike things you should do and can do. You shouldn't do it, actually. Don't even do it at all, because it's unsportsmanlike and it puts a bad name on your fan base. And trust me, Philadelphia fans aren't the most lovable fan base to begin with. That's all I'm going to say about that. I was very angry about that, and it wasn't just because I'm a Chicago Bulls fan. It's because no fan base should cheer when a player gets injured. With that, I'm going to move on to point two. Carlos Boozer, to me, I think his playing style is what it is, but when Joakim Noah is not on the court, I think he needs to alter his play style a little bit. Boozer, to me, kind of is similar to Chris Bosh, and when I say that, Chris Bosh is a guy who'll sit in that medium shot range, wait for a player like D-Wade to drive in. When he gets triple teamed, he can kick it out to Bosh. Bosh takes the wide open medium range jumper and usually nails it. Boozer's not that much different. He sits out this area that he loves to sit at between the paint and the free throw, not the free throw line, the three-point arc, right in the middle, right side of the basket, and he takes that shot all day. And sometimes it works. There was one point in the third quarter, Bulls moved the ball nicely from one side to the other. Boozer gets an open look, nails it. But then there's other times where he's either contested or the shot is off and it hits the rim and doesn't go in. I feel like the play style is fine when Joakim Noah is in the game. When Joakim Noah is out of the game, I feel like Carlos Boozer needs to be more of that traditional power forward. When I say that, he needs to be the guy that plays more in the paint. Get your shots from the paint. Be that rebounding force. And don't get me wrong, Boozer did get 10 rebounds, but I just feel like when Joakim Noah is not in the game, Boozer needs to be by the rim a lot more compared to when Joakim Noah is off the floor. And point three, Luol Deng, Lieutenant Deng, 2 of 7 from the field today, 2 assists, 9 rebounds. And I know, yes, he had 9 rebounds, that's good. 2 assists for Deng is okay, but 37 minutes, he only made 2 of 7 shots? First off, why is Deng only taking 7 shots? And 2, we need him to shoot a lot better if we want to win this game. If we want to win this game, this series, Luol Deng needs to have a better shooting percentage than 2 of 7 from the field when he plays for 37 minutes. He needs to be, I think, the 4 top Bulls that need to show precedence. Joakim Noah, Luol Deng, Carlos Boozer, and a dash of Rip Hamilton just because of his playoff experience. Rip Hamilton needs to be the guy to kind of show veteran leadership because he's been in the playoffs before. He's done this with the Detroit Pistons. But back to Luol Deng, I think he needs to shoot a lot better in Game 4 if the Bulls want to get back in this series. And my last point, C.J. Watson, John Lucas III, our guard play needs to be a lot better. With Derrick Rose being out, John Lucas III and C.J. Watson have a lot of pressure put on them. C.J. Watson played 20 minutes today, 0 for 4, 1 rebound, 4 assists. John Lucas III only played 28, 4 of 12 from the field, 3 rebounds, and 3 assists. These two need to play smarter basketball, and they need to play more effectively. I want to see the C.J. Watson that I saw when the Miami Heat came to Chicago for the last time in the regular season. I want to see that John Lucas, that C.J. Watson. So, going over, C.J. Watson, John Lucas need to step it up. Carlos Boozer needs to step it up and kind of change his play style. If Joakim Noah does not play in Game 4, Luol Deng needs to be a more present force. And lastly, Joakim Noah needs to be the guy that drives this team without Derrick Rose in the lineup. I still think, I'm going by my prediction, Bulls in 6. I think the Bulls are capable of winning 3 in a row to end this series, but I will say this, Game 4 is a must-win for the Bulls, and I know that's the Captain Obvious statement, but if the Bulls go down 3-1, it'll be very, very difficult for this team to get back, and I think if the Bulls do not win Game 4, then I might write them off and give the 76ers the win in 6. But right now I'm still sticking Chicago Bulls in 6. Tell us what you think. First, do you think the Bulls can still pull out this series even being down 2-1? 2, who do you think needs to step up for the Chicago Bulls if they want to take this series? And 3, last in importance, what do you think about the supposed Philadelphia fans cheering at the injury of Joakim Noah? And if you're a Philadelphia Phillies fan, 76ers fan, I knew I threw the baseball team in there, but if you're a Philadelphia fan, I'd love to hear your take on it, because for me, just seemed like the Philadelphia fan base got an unclassy kind of view from me from hearing upon this. So leave your comments down below, and also don't forget to like us on Facebook at facebook.com/TheOnsideKick.